filthy little bastard! Stealing feed from the young master's purebred horse!
Dad, when's that old witch gonna die already?
Soon. Once I get my hands on the Valen Legion command seal, I'll send her to meet her maker.
I saved a slave whose tongue had been cut out. He looked about the same age as my son, but the flame mark on his neck was unmistakable. That bond belonged to House Valen alone. It was our bloodline, and ours only. My son, though, was with his father right now, celebrating his 10th birthday. I swallowed the blood rising in my throat and forced myself to think clearly. Then the sound of beatings came from the stable, and that flame mark drove into my chest like a curved blade.
Beat him to death, you filthy little bastard! Stealing feed from the young master's purebred horse!
A small figure lay curled on the ground, covered in foul-smelling mud. His mouth and nose were bleeding from the blows, but his eyes were fierce, defiant, like he was ready to take everyone down with him. He looked exactly like my father in the heat of battle, when the killing rage took hold. My heart sank.
Stop. Right now.
One command. The years of war behind my voice dropped those stable hands to their knees before they could think.
My lady?
They scrambled and crawled, collapsing at my feet. The mute slave seized the moment, loosened his bite, crawled back into the corner, and watched me with guarded eyes. I walked toward him, one step at a time. He couldn't have been more than 10, starved down to skin and bone. Beneath his thin rags, whip scars and frostbite wounds crisscrossed his entire body. Old injuries buried under new ones. 10 years. Had he been sleeping and eating in this stable with the animals for 10 years? My hand trembled as I reached out to touch his head. He swapped it away like a startled wild thing and exposed a dark red birthmark. Shaped like a flame, the bloodline mark of House Valen. The Valen bloodline runs hot in the vein. That mark looks like living fire. Lucas, the son I'd raised for 10 years, didn't have it. I always thought he took after his father, Julian. The truth had been right in front of me the whole time. My own flesh and blood, dumped in a stable, living alongside animals for 10 years. I pulled off my cloak and wrapped it around him, filth and stench be damned, and held him tight. He went surge for a moment. Perhaps it was the first warmth he'd ever felt. The ferocity in his eyes dimmed, just slightly.
Don't be afraid. Come with me.
I didn't take him to the main wing. Instead, I brought him to my private vault, the one where I kept my personal assets, the one only I knew about. I gave him a name, Kale Valen. I am the only daughter of Duke Roland Valen. Years ago, I set aside my armor, brought with me a vast fortune in dowry, and married down to a low-born scholar named Julia Ashfield. I spent years pulling him up by his bootstraps, until he sat in the highest seat in the kingdom, Royal Chancellor. Everyone said the Chancellor was devoted and lovingly henpecked. Our son Lucas was accomplished in both letters and arms. The king himself had named him heir. Today was Lucas's 10th birthday. The estate was packed with guests. I reached out to check the back of his neck, but he instinctively pulled away and ran straight into the arms of Lillian, the healer. She was Julian's childhood friend from the same village, taken in after her family fell on hard times. The day I gave birth, I'd lost consciousness from a difficult labor. Lillian, as the attending healer, had moved freely in and out of the delivery room. Julian had waited anxiously outside. When I came to, they placed a wrinkled newborn in my arms and told me it was my son. Julian was standing beside Lillian now, straightening the hairpin on her head as if no one else existed. His eyes were soft in a way I had never once seen in 10 years of marriage. I looked at Lucas, at his almond-shaped eyes, identical to Lillian's, and the hand resting on my sword hilt began to shake. During that labor, I had fallen unconscious for 3 full days. No reason given. No explanation ever offered. Julian, my dear devoted husband, what exactly did you swap out?
Mama, I want that one!
Lucas was pointing at the birthday cake, but he wasn't talking to me. He was talking to Lillian. She shot me a timid glance, then said softly,
Young master, your lady mother is right here. Mind your manners.
She said, mind your manners. But her hands were already cutting the cake and lifting it to his lips. Lucas swallowed it in one bite and beamed.
Lillian's the only one who actually cares about me. Not like some people, always forcing me to train with the sword.
Some people. I was his mother. To give him a fighting chance among the nobility, I had hired the finest tutors money could buy for both scholarship and combat and driven him hard, day and night. And this was what I'd become to him, a grievance. Julian laughed and smoothed things over.
He's still young. Kids say things. Don't take it to heart, darling.
As he spoke, he casually reached over and smoothed out a crease on Lillian's collar. Practiced, effortless, like he'd done it 1,000 times. A sharp-eyed guest nearby made a joke of it.
The Chancellor really is generous. That's quite the attention for a household employee.
Julian didn't even blink.
We're from the same village. Of course I look out for her.
How amusing. Looked out for her so well their son got her exact eyes. Lucas picked up the first slice of birthday cake. He didn't give it to me, the woman who'd carried him for 9 months. He didn't give it to Julian either. He took it carefully with both hands and handed it to Lillian.
Lillian's always been delicate. She needs the best piece. It'll do her good.
Lillian put on her most flustered, grateful expression. But the corner of her eye slid toward me, sharp with something that looked very much like a dare.
Oh, this isn't really proper, is it?
Lucas announced loudly.
In this house, what I say goes. Right, Dad?
Of course. It's your birthday. You're the boss today.
What a happy family. The crystal glass in my hand gave a sharp crack and shattered. Red wine ran through my fingers and dripped onto my skirt. The room went silent. A flicker of panic crossed Julian's eyes before he frowned.
What are you doing? It's a celebration. Blood on a day like this is a terrible omen.
I dropped the broken glass stem and wiped my hand with a silk cloth. Slipped. I'm going to change. Carry on. As I turned to leave, I heard Lucas mutter under his breath.
Such a kill lock. Always walking around with that face.
I didn't break stride. I am Ellara Valen, commander of the Valen Legion. My tears are for soldiers who die in battle. They will never for domestic affairs. I didn't go to my chambers. I went around to the stone terrace in the rear courtyard, Julian's favorite spot. Sure enough, footsteps came hurrying in not long after.
Dad, when's that old witch gonna die already?
Soon. Once I get my hands on the Valen Legion command seal, I'll send her to meet her maker.
Lillian's voice came next, honeyed and trembling.
Julian, I'm scared. That woman kills without blinking. What if she finds out?
Finds out? She's just a woman who potters around the kitchen all day. She's got nothing left of the soldier she used to be. Cale is such a good boy. One day, the Valen region will be all yours, and so will every inch of Ashford estate.
Lillian kissed Lucas.
My sweet boy. 10 years of calling that woman your mother. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Lucas spit in disgust.
I never wanted to call her that anyway. She always smells like the stable. It's revolting. She's not even in your league, Mum.
I pressed my back against the stone wall. The pain in my knuckles was bone deep. 10 years. Every last day of it a lie. The man sharing my bed, an animal wearing a human face. The son I poured myself into raising. A creature just waiting for the right moment to bite. House Valen has served this kingdom with loyalty for generations, and we had been used as a stepping stone for this filth to climb on. I didn't step out from behind that wall. The way I stood now, no military authority, no evidence, Storming out would only tip my hand. Ellara Valen does not go into battle unprepared.